The Switch Pro controller, with its HD rumble, motion controls, solid build quality, is definitely one of the best controllers I've ever used. But I wonder, can I use this to play games on other consoles? Let's talk about it. Pro controller connects to the Switch using Bluetooth, and what's great about Bluetooth is it's incredibly common standard that's used by basically every platform. Well, except for Xbox, they can use their own proprietary RF wireless signal, but their controllers do have Bluetooth support as well. Connecting the Pro controller is pretty easy. It connects just like any other Bluetooth accessory. There's a connection button right at the top. When you hold it down, it goes into pairing mode. And once it's in pairing mode, you just go into the Bluetooth settings on any device and you can just add the controller in. This thing can connect to Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Chromebooks, Android, and iOS. And in most cases can be used as a controller without any additional setup. Alright, connecting this is going to be slightly different per each platform, so I'm not going to go through each and every single one. But you can definitely find some easy tutorials online to connect it specifically to your device. Right now I'm playing some Chrono Trigger and I connected the Pro controller right to my phone, open up Chrono Trigger, and I can just immediately use it as a controller. And as you can see, I'm moving around the character, I'm going into the menus. Oh, actually walked into it. I'm not even actually looking at the screen, but you can walk around, go into menus, navigate the menus. It all works perfectly. No additional setup is required. Now, this is the case for a lot of games that have controller support. So if you're playing a game on Android or iOS that has controller support, you can just go right into it, connect the controller, and play. No setup is needed. Alright, I connected the controller to my Chromebook, and now let's try to play some Doom using the Pro controller. So now I'm playing some Doom. As you can see on the screen, I can move around and go into menus and look at the map, things like that. Because Doom is an Android app, so it does have native controller support. I am having some weird issue in Doom where I can't figure out what button it is that you press to shoot. The triggers don't do anything. The bumpers look like they switch between your weapons. The other buttons, they do other things. If I use the trackpad like a keyboard and mouse and I click on the trackpad, it looks like the mouse click is actually what's causing it to shoot. But there doesn't seem to be a button on the controller that translates that, so Doom might not be a really good example for this. Now, Doom is a game that's designed with keyboard and mouse support in mind, so when playing on a Chromebook, it's probably looking for you to be using a keyboard and mouse instead of a controller. Reconnected the Pro controller to my phone and I was getting the same result with Doom. It seemed like the triggers didn't actually do anything, and when I was touching the screen on the phone, there's actually a specific touchscreen button to shoot. So when you're playing it on the phone, you have to press that button to shoot. When you're playing it on a Chromebook, you have to actually click on the mouse to shoot. And which is why I kind of said for the most part earlier that you'd be able to connect to it and use it as a controller. Some things just have weird support. Like Doom is not a great example, but other games like Chrono Trigger, you can play that on a Chromebook or on a phone and it will play the same. All the buttons work. No problem. Now you may be wondering why I left the whole part of me trying to play Doom on the video, and that's because I wanted to show that although it does work, it is kind of a your mileage may vary. You will run into apps that have some weird issues like Doom where it seems like the developer put specific buttons for specific actions and didn't think that someone might connect a controller and try to play. Alright, now I got the Pro controller connected to my Mac and I have Steam up. And now to get the Pro controller to work with Steam, there's actually one step. And that's just to enable the Nintendo Switch controller in the controller settings. It's actually pretty quick. You just have to go up to the menu bar up here, click on Steam, and then Preferences. And then on the next menu, you click on Controller, then General Controller Settings. And in here, you'll see Switch Configuration Support. And you want to make sure that does have a check mark in it because that will allow you to use the Switch Pro controller to play games. Alright, now that we got the Switch Pro controller connected, you can go into big picture mode, and that's a nice feature to have if you're playing Steam on a big screen TV, kind of sitting far back. You can use the controller to navigate all the menus. And big picture mode gives you a little bit better controller support. But again, your mileage may vary with Steam. I was having some issues even playing some games with native controller support where even though I was able to get the controller to work, it wouldn't let me press more than one button at a time. Like if I jumped and I pressed left or right to move, the character would immediately fall, like as if I had let go of the jump button, even though I didn't. But I don't know if that may just be because I'm playing this on a Mac, and Mac might have some weird controller support and could be better in Windows. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure, but again, your mileage may vary, but you can definitely try it out. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see me do another video where I use the Stadia controller on systems it wasn't really intended for, go ahead and click right here. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one.